Alright, hello everybody and welcome back. Jeff again, Mindcrack, vanilla Minecraft server. And anyways, say goodbye to the beautiful house. I'm leaving behind some goodies for this place to always remember me by. Remember me by this string, and this sand, and these enchanted boots. For I am leaving. We might be back again one day, just for the record. Boop, that's where we were. I am going to venture off and go on into this desert over here and see if there's anything fun, exciting. I should probably kill some sheep. I should probably just shear some sheep, but I'll kill them anyway. They'll give me mutton. I need mutton and string, but I need to be able to make another bed at some point when I get somewhere. So I'd rather have the wool now. And there seems to be plenty of these guys frolicking around, so we'll be fine. So anyways, it is coming up on the holiday season. Whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, maybe you don't celebrate the holidays at all, then I'm sorry that I'm talking about the holiday season when it's not something you celebrate. But you know what? It's, you understand that it is that season where traditionally many people, especially in America, celebrate some form of holiday. I love the holidays, getting together with family if you can, just getting some time off of work is always nice, things like that. But that's what I want to talk about, actually. And the holiday season, this is a very strange... Oh, they added some... That is very interesting. They added a sand particle for when the sand is, like, hovering, even though it's not supposed to do that. I'll update it now and it won't do it anymore. That's really strange. So it's like this sand generation particle specifically made for when there's an error in the code or in the terrain generation. That's very crazy. And this is... What the hell? Can I even build a cactus that high? I thought they limited you to 3 high. I know they should only grow to 3 high, or did that change as well? That'd be something very, very interesting that I did not know was new, but we're going to try to find out here. Oh, I guess you can build it higher. I've just never seen one naturally that was higher. Somebody, I guess, could have come out here and made it. I really have no idea, but... I mean, that'd be cool to build just a super, 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 super ridiculously tall cactus for absolutely no reason. I like big cactuses, and I cannot lie. I mean, whatever. But either way, back to the holiday season thing. And one of the things I mentioned that I like about the holiday season is that, ooh, a temple, is that you get some time off of work normally. Normally there's, some type of holiday you'll get off, whether it be Christmas, New Year, traditionally Christmas, the 25th of December, somewhere right around the New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, what have you. I'm in the medical industry, though, so it's a little bit different with holidays because, the hospitals are 24/7 organizations. People don't just not get sick anymore because it's all of a sudden the holiday. So when I'm in a bedside nursing role, I have to work on, holidays, X number of holidays and things like that. So I understand that. I've worked many, many, many holidays in my life. I've worked many, many holidays. Oh, somebody did come in here. I wonder if I came in here a long time ago. I've worked many holidays in my life, whether it even be while I was working at McDonald's or whatnot. McDonald's often is open during holidays now because they want the business. And I've worked on the holidays. A lot of it's volunteering to work. Not volunteering like I'm still getting paid, but volunteering as in I say, hey, you know what, it's okay, we're not doing anything with my family. Like on the holiday itself, I can, pick up some shifts for some other people. And I did that when I was bedside nurse as well. My very first year as a nurse, you're supposed to work 2 of the 3 holidays from Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year as a first year nurse. And for some reason, the way the schedule worked out is they didn't schedule me to work except for on Thanksgiving. And I ended up picking up Christmas and taking a shift from somebody else because of the fact that they were really upset that they had to work Christmas. That's the only holiday they wanted off. And I was like, look, sorry, little fella. I didn't do it, but sorry. I was like, hey, look, it's, I don't have anything going on Christmas. This year my family is out in a different state. I can pick up your shift. So I took it, from that person. I always like to work in the holidays as well because usually in the hospital setting, the holidays are a little bit slower. And you end up getting extra money, extra pay for working on a holiday itself, which is awesome. So I was like gladly picking up those holidays. That's how I grew up in a family. My father was a police officer. My mother was a nurse as well as me. I followed in mommy's footsteps. How cute. It was a second career to get there to mommy's footsteps, but, you know, I followed in them eventually. But she was a nurse, my dad was a cop. They worked holidays all the time. We never celebrated any of the holidays on the holidays themselves because they were always picking up overtime shifts. And, I mean, it was fine with me. The more they work on a holiday, in theory, you got to think about it this way. Some people are like, oh, that's horrible. You didn't get to spend holidays with your family. We spent holiday time frame together. But think about it this way, especially from a kid's perspective. They're working to make extra money, and therefore extra money equals more presents. I'm not saying it always worked out that way, but you can always justify it in that way. More presents. Who doesn't want more presents? I mean, presents are awesome. But no, that's really not what it was all about. But so I am now, though I work at the hospital, I'm not in a bedside nursing role, and I do get the holidays off. And so I will have Christmas off. I had Thanksgiving off. I will have New Year's off, you know, because we have those days off. Granted, this year they fall on a weekend as well, but we actually have the day after the observed holiday, which is going to be the Monday this year. But I am also a firm believer, especially in a situation such as a hospital, but especially when you give me deadlines that I have to fit, that I have to make work, contingent on other people getting work done, that the holiday is not all of a sudden an excuse to not get done the shit that needs to get done. I've dealt with this for a couple years on certain things, but this year something major came up at my facility, and I asked somebody who was in charge of a department who had been demanding information from myself as well as other people in their department so they could get this work done. Some work that they had to do, which didn't even make any sense to most of the people because the numbers, like the things that they were asking for from us, they were trying to figure out something that we were like already figuring out on our own level. Very, very strange, like long story, like long roundabout story. But the stuff that they were demanding from us to get things done weren't actually like needed for what they thought they were. I mean, part of it was they made a mistake and thought they needed something that they didn't, and part of it was they had taken some directions incorrectly and were going down an incorrect path. But either way, we got that stuff all straightened out and worked out. But when it comes down to it, that actually put them back a little bit. And now we need to start some work for things that are coming up. Like now, we really needed to start them before the holiday break, because if we don't get them started now, they will not get completed by the time that we need to. And we knew that they needed to start like mid-December. Damn it. They need to start mid-December. And unfortunately, they have yet to start because, oh man, there's a village over here too. There's a lot of stuff in this desert. And there's a portal. We're going to go see the Nether for the first time in this series. But, so we're on a meeting the other day, and I mentioned that, look, we need this information or we cannot move forward. Look at that. I'm not even lying to you guys. We got the achievement just now that we're going deeper. Hi, Pigman. Okay, so this is a way that I can always get back to the... I'm assuming that connects back to Spawn Town. I don't even know if there's a town there, or if there's just a portal or what, but I'm assuming it connects back to Spawn. I'm going to pop that into my thing as well here. Hi, villager. I really don't want to wait throughout this night. Oh, I can stock up on some food, though. I'd much prefer to get potatoes, but I'll take this and make bread out of it. Anyway, I like potatoes a lot more than bread. In real life, I love bread. It's a big joke at the fire station now because I always want garlic bread when we go shopping for like food. I'm always like, pick up some garlic bread. It started because we had a spaghetti dinner one night, and I was like, make sure you get lots of garlic bread. I love garlic bread, especially with spaghetti. And they're like, okay. And they picked up a couple loaves. And then right before we got to eat, I got a call on the engine, and we left for an hour or so. And I came back, and it wasn't our crew, which was part of the problem, but all of the garlic bread had been eaten, and it was by other people at the fire station. So the next time we had a meal, I was like, get some garlic bread. And they're like, but Jeff, garlic bread doesn't go with, beef stew. And I'm like, it does now. Getting some garlic bread. So now it's a big joke. Like, we had breakfast for dinner the other day. We like made eggs and pancakes and things like that. And I was like, get some garlic bread when you're at the store. To which they did. And I was happy. I loved it. It was delicious. But anyways, I digress on the story that I was telling. So we're behind now on getting an item that we need to get. Let them follow the villagers. As long as nobody's following me, you're following me now. And I said, look, can we put a deadline on, you need to give us this information by the end of the week, because otherwise we can't move forward and we're going to be behind. And the person in charge goes, well, I find it a little unfair with the holiday coming up to tell my team that they have to get you this information by the end of the week with the holiday. How about the end of the first week of January? And I about lost it. I was like, there is no way we can wait till the first week of January for this. The holiday means nothing. Yes, we have 2 days off between now and that first week of January. We have Christmas Day or Christmas Day observed off, and we have New Year's Day or New Year's Day observed off. I understand that people might be taking vacations. I'm taking some days off myself. Oh my God, I thought he was, he came to me for help. And I was like, oh, his buddy's gonna kill me now. Oh my God, I just killed that guy. Yeah, hey, look how scared he is. Look how scared he is. How about you do something smart and get in this damn house before I kill you? Hey, get. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man? He doesn't want to go in this house. Fine, don't go in the house. See if I. Yeah, exactly. Run away. I just took all that time to make the bed. I probably don't even need it anymore. Yeah, it's still like not even halfway through the night. Whoa, that's not a good way to go. Oh, I should have eaten. I definitely should have eaten while I had the opportunity. Whoa, my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh, Wildlight. No! I made it. It's over there somewhere. Do you think I can find it on my own? I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to find this on my own or not. I think I got some more food in here. I'll just take this and this. There we go. And, you know, I told them, it's so weird. It's good and it's bad. I'm actually, my boss really loves me in the position that I'm in now, because the person who was my predecessor in this director role was way too timid and way too much of a corporate yes person. Like, get on everybody's good side and don't do anything to go against them. But ended up, it just wasn't an effective strategy to get things done, especially in the corporate world that we're in, because we're a big conglomerate of a lot of facilities. And you got to come to a lot of consensus with other facilities. But she was like approving and accepting things that were actually very detrimental to us, because she didn't want to really go up against, you know, well, these people are asking for it, and I don't want to get on their bad side, as opposed to being able to get the point out there and, you know, portray the information we needed to portray from our perspective to show why something was a need for us or a detriment to us, as well as to get like deadlines and things like that, because they would, you know, delay. If you work in any corporate world, this isn't just my corporation, so it's nothing special against them, because, you know, all corporations essentially boil down to the same type of problems in them. But she was too timid of a person in that particular role. So my boss loves me, the fact that I'm willing to stand up for like the things that need to be stand up for. And I know when to back off on things that either aren't worth it or we're not going to get our way. And when we have to just understand that we have to accept what's about to happen and just move on with this as, you know, what we're going to have to do. Was it that, or was it still farther up here? Now I don't know. I'm going to have to stop my video in a minute and get those coords. I don't think that was the direction. I need to get somewhere out of the crossfire right now, though. I really want to get over here and find out if this is that village. That might be the village over there on the corner. Yeah, that might actually be... Or is this a completely different village? I don't know. Either way, but I've ended up getting in quote-unquote arguments. It doesn't really turn into, often, it has before, but it doesn't always turn into an argument per se. That is not the same village. That is definitely not the same village. Let me be back, guys. I'm going to find out exactly where I'm supposed to be going here. Okay, guys, I figured out where I have to go. I have to go to 1236 1681. So it's definitely still this way. That is a different village, and a lot of things are still chasing me. But 1236 and then 1681. So I was quite a long ways off. I guess I traveled a lot farther. I thought I had traveled farther than that, but I didn't realize I traveled that many blocks. So it's essentially just straight this way. So let's see if I can actually make it there without dying and if I can get my stuff back. But either way, I have a good way of being able to portray needs, and I'm not afraid to, you know, state the needs to big corporate people when I need to, and I have support from my boss as well as my boss's boss. Like they are really happy with the way that I handle situations like that. So it's good. It's not a bad thing. So when I say that I keep getting in arguments with people, some people would be like, "You're such a dick, Jeff. Like I would hate you at my facility." I do it in a very professional manner. I do it in a very good way for my company, and a lot of people see that. Even my corporate boss, quote unquote, not that she's necessarily a corporate boss, that the corporate nursing informatics director, who is, you know, basically my like I said, my corporate boss, she is really impressed with the way that I deal with these situations and stuff too. So it's not a bad thing when I say this, but I have gotten in a lot of arguments with people over the last few months about, because I don't like people, especially when you feel that they're lying, and not that this situation is lying. So let me finish this story first. Basically, this has to be the village. I just took a screenshot and everything. So I basically was like, look, I really don't care about the holiday. We need this information. You might have a team that's got some people on vacation, but you also know that you're not allowed to have all your team on vacation at once. The things still have to function. Things still have to run. These are things we should have had weeks ago as it is anyways. So I'm not asking you for anything outrageous here, but delaying me multiple weeks just because it's the holiday is unacceptable. And to the point where this guy, he's one of the corporate doctors, was actually in charge of this initiative, and he looked at my corporate boss and he was like, I don't feel comfortable with this situation right now. And I was like, oh God, here we go, this is going to turn out bad. And my corporate boss essentially was just like, no, he's right, like, you guys have delayed this stuff for way too long, people can't move forward. How about we set up a meeting tomorrow? Like, I was talking by the end of this week or early next week, and she's like, how about we set up a meeting tomorrow with your team? They will give us the preliminary, and then we will have another meeting at the end of next week to make sure everything is all taken care of. And I was like, damn, like, good. My boss is like seeing this, but I don't understand how people... And this isn't just my job by any means. This is plenty of jobs, plenty of people out there. Things basically come to a standstill around the holidays. Some industries, I get it. If you run an auto mechanic business and you're saying, I'm not going to take any new cars in here, I'm not going to take any new customers, I'm not going to take on any big work over the holidays, or give you the expectation that if we schedule something, it's not going to happen until after the holidays because I'm going on vacation or whatever. Hey, that's fine. But when you work for a company, a corporation, anything that needs still to run, you can't use the holidays as an excuse to just not do things in a timely fashion. And I don't know if it's a new ethic problem that people have in these jobs, or if I'm just now seeing it. Because, you know, I've only been in the role that I'm in as a director level for, you know, coming up on 2 years now. Not very long that I've been in a position where a lot of key decisions have to either roll through me, or I make based on other people's deadlines, and I'll have to meet all these, you know, important deadlines that actually like go for the future functioning of the whole facility. Like, and I don't make all the decisions. I'm not trying to say that, but anything comes through the informatics department is basically my call, with support from, you know, my boss and the chief nursing officer and things like that. But it's a relatively big responsibility and understanding. So I think, and maybe it's because I just haven't been in this role with this level of responsibility for that long to realize that this is a, you know, typically a completely normal thing. But people need to get that out of their head, that just because it's the holiday, it's an excuse. It's like I teach classes, and I have people sometimes around the holidays. I actually give extra time off. I don't do assignments like the whole Thanksgiving week. I don't have anything to do that whole Thanksgiving week for the class that I teach because I know that people are going to be on holiday and vacation, and I don't want my class to be the thing that they're like stressing out about. But I've had people come back a week after the holiday asking for an ability to turn in an assignment or do something that was due the week prior to the holiday because they just didn't get it done, and then were on vacation with their family for the week and didn't even bother to like ask for an extension beforehand, just didn't do it and expect things to get handed to them on that realm. So I don't understand what's happening with, I guess it's just something that I've never been. I guess I've never been. Yeah, have I ever been late on things? Yeah. Have I ever screwed up and forgotten things? Yeah. Have I purposely not done things that I knew needed to get done in order to expect that I was going to get basically forgiven or some way around it later? Not really that I can think of. I mean, I've not turned in an assignment in college before and then just turned it in late to ask questions later on if I got like a late grade on it or something like that. Sure. I've also turned in those assignments late and been told, this is late, I won't accept it, and been like, crap. My fault. What can I do about it? I can just hope for, forgiveness later. if it comes down to the fact that I might pass or fail the class, and I can be like, hey, remember that one assignment? Maybe you can, maybe we can look back at that assignment or something. It's never actually come down to that. But yeah, I've been screwed by not doing things before as well. And you can't just expect that things are handed to you. I brought up the concept of lying. And I forgot to put on my armor. That's why I had so much extra stuff. The concept of lying got brought up because I also quite regularly get told about delays for one reason or another by people and why something is delayed, just to find out later that it was completely fabricated as to why. But it's even funnier when you can start catching people in the middle of it and getting called out, because that's actually happened relatively recently, where there was something that we were waiting for from this one department and one group who just stopped like responding basically to any type of email or any type of correspondence about that would have to do with this thing that we needed. And it was so funny because they were supposed to join a conference call to discuss about why they were late and what they're going to do to try to, get back on track. And they didn't join the conference call. And I think it was because they didn't have an excuse. They didn't know what to do because they just were. It was inexcusable, and I think they knew that. And their thought process was, well, if I'm just not there, I can't really get in trouble for it, and I'll just try to make up time. And yes, I've done that before. I've not gone to meetings because I knew I didn't have something I was supposed to have, but it was not going to the meeting so that I could try to get the thing finished up because I knew it was supposed to be done. Yeah, and yes, I've done that. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I've made those mistakes, but when I'm called out on it, I'm usually like, yeah, it's sorry, I was trying to work on it. I lost track of time, and here it is now, or here's at least what I got. But we're on this call, and the person who was leading the call was getting really frustrated because they were like, I can't believe like all this. We set up this meeting specifically to talk to this group of people about this and how we needed it and to set the expectations to get it done, and they're not even here. And they said something like negative about that group. And all of a sudden, one of the people from that group starts talking and saying something about getting defensively, saying something about like, but if you expect us to do this, like, we're not going to be able to get this done in time. And everybody just stopped, and they were like, what the hell? And the person's like, yeah, sorry, I just joined. We got busy doing something else, got caught up in another meeting. I just joined the meeting and caught the very end of that. But I just wanted to say, I don't know what else you guys were talking about, but that one part there, the reason we can't do that is because this is the expectation and we can't do it. So they're trying to like backtrack and save themselves. The problem is in these meetings, they make noise when people join these meetings. It'll just be like, it'll at least make a doop doop sound, or the way that most of them are set up, it says, blah, blah, blah has joined the call. And if you don't say your name when it asks you to say your name so it can say blah, 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 join the call, it just says joined the call because it still has the end part. It just doesn't have your name that you stated on there. And nobody had joined in the last like 20 minutes. So, needless to say, the person leading this meeting was a little upset and actually held some composure pretty well. But I guarantee there was some pretty strongly worded email sent to that person's boss afterwards to inform them of the problems that were going on with that group and with that type of response, because that person literally was sitting on the call the entire time and they wouldn't acknowledge that they were there probably because they were afraid that they were going to get in trouble. And I get the reasoning and rationale. That had nothing to do with the holidays, or I'm talking about something completely different. It's just like my venting time is back. God, it's been a long time since I played some Minecraft event, and it feels damn good. So anyways, guys, happy holidays. If you have time off, enjoy it. If you still have things you need to do before you have that time off, get that done too, because other people may be counting on you to get things done. Okay? You with me? I hope so. Anyways, guys, I'm going to run over to this crazy-looking sand mountain range as it becomes nightfall, and I'm going to bid you adieu. And hopefully I'll have another video for you soon. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And I will see you next time.